Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John, and today not all Valentine's or romantic movies are made equal. Some are pretty excellent, like Before Sunset and Before Sunrise, and then we have movies like this to show the other side of the coin, as someone would say. I am tripping on my words because I really don't know where to start with this movie. This movie's pretty bad. There's no going around.
It's weird. That's so weird. Like, no, I'm not to king shame anyone who's into bondage or anything like that. Hey, yo, you do you. Also, like, this is a very watered down version of bondage. Just saying. So yeah, it's fine. We've seen worse or even more intense in the internet. I am glad they didn't have to show that in the theater. Sex scenes were kind of hot, but, like, yeah, I don't know, man.
It's like,
it's just weird.
It's like, you're like, oh, that's your standard. Honestly, it's like, yeah, that's your standard music video. Explicit sex scene, you know? Like, what they show in music videos, you're like, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that before. But yeah. This movie came out almost 10 years ago, starring Dakota Johnson and I was about to call him Christian Grey for some reason. Jamie Dornan as the characters. What's her name? Anastasia, and then the guys
Anastasia
Christian Grey.
Something. Yeah.
I don't know about you, man, but I think Christian Grey is the biggest red flag in cinema history, you know? It's a very controlling person, and you're like, that can't be healthy. But yeah, definitely not the healthiest relationship I've seen in the movie.
No, it ain't. Like, the fact that you have to write a contract of consent and everything, I'm like, I don't think that's right.
Like when she calls him and he's like, you shouldn't be drinking. You should go back to my house. You're like, I just met you.
Alright, hold on, you creep.
Right?
Like, yeah, chill. Especially how they meet is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Nobody meets like this. Like, at all. Like, yes, I know, like school journalists would, like, come in and check out, like, a billionaire's thing. But, like, nobody asks, are you gay? Because I'm kind of interested. And the guy would be like, hey, I'm kind of interested, too. You know?
You're like, who the fuck wrote this script? And then again, you remember what this thing is based on, which is Twilight fanfiction. Written
he's supposed to be a vampire.
Apparently! Like, he's just the weirdest, like, thing ever. Just, after meeting the first time, they bump into each other in work, at her work, and he's like, oh, Miss Steele, I didn't know you work here. I don't know how Sora works because I am a billionaire, and I have monies. And I have a bondage room. I don't understand how it works.
Yeah, buy me stuff for my bondage room, like tape, zip ties, and I'm like, okay.
Like,
and she's just like, she just eats it up. I feel like this would be a unhealthy example for like anyone, like, to follow. Like, like he's giving so much creepy stalker vibes.
Yeah,
but he's hot, you know. I'm like, no. No, this is why we stay away from the Hello Kitty girls. This is our equivalent.
And like, it goes without saying that there's like literally zero chemistry between both actors and actress. You're like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? It doesn't have the dialogue. Is like literally so fucking monotone of like, yes, I will agree to this contract. Why didn't you say yes yet? You're like, what?
And I don't know if you notice, like, Anastasia Steele is exactly like Bella, whatever her last name.
From Twilight, yeah.
Yeah, where she's like, and like she stutters and she like pulls her hair back a lot. And actually, she's the most human person from this movie. So
that's true. The rest are just weird cartoon versions of everyone. You're like, especially her friend, who's more of a creep. Or just as much as the creep as Christian Grey. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, dude, calm down. See how much of a creep he is? Made Enzo parched.
Yeah, right?
No, but like, yeah, it is a bit of like, yeah, it is creepy. especially on both sides. Like, sure, the guy is like kind of forcing himself on her while she's drunk, but Christian Grey comes in and is like, "Fuck away from her," and he's like, you know, like, "Don't you touch her." And he's like, "I'm taking you home and I'm gonna undress you because you got vomit on you, and that's my excuse." And we're like, yeah. Yeah, you don't have like a maid or like, you know, some rich guy person who like can do that for you and like respect your privacy. You just did it on your own. All right. It was like bullshit. You clean this house by yourself.
I mean, he has to clean the house by himself. Otherwise, it'll get reported. Like, imagine someone's cleaning his house and they're like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, Jesus Christ! What the fuck is this room?"
Why would that be reported? It is his own private property.
That is
true. He can do whatever he wants with it. You could have a whole satanic ritual inside of it. No one can arrest you for that.
I mean, I guess as long as, you know...
No, please don't.
I mean, as long as there's, you know... I mean, you're right. As long as there's no, you know, torso hanging from the ceiling. And you're like, that's definitely my body.
Right, he's not like Dahmer. He's just a guy who has a kink.
Yeah.
So, like...
Which is the gimmick of this movie, is the sex. And you're like, alright, let's see how that fares. And you're just like, wow, that's pretty boring.
Yeah. Like, as sensual as it is, it's not... It's hot, but like... At the same time, it's soulless. There we go. It's soulless.
Yeah,
like, people on the internet, when they do this kind of stuff and they show it on websites, they at least look like they're having fun. Not that I would know, you know. like it's like, what the fuck? And
yeah.
Also, by the way, this is not like some forbidden, like taboo action.
Yeah.
This is just a kink. And they make it feel like I can't show this about myself. I can't. Yeah. I'm a vampire. You know, like.
Yeah, it makes like I remember the marketing, and they make it seem like it's the most forbidden thing you can see in cinemas. Like, you have to wear sunglasses, a trench coat, and a hat when you enter the cinema when you watch this. And then you watch it, and you're like, I think I wasted my money for this fucking gimmick.
Right, like it just popped up the internet. Like, it's not that
I. Also, I think it's so soulless because, again, they have no chemistry. So you're like, oh man, this guy's getting with the person I like. I like these two. And
right, and like I don't know what the director was thinking. Like, no offense to the actors. The actors and actresses here probably were doing their best to work with the script that they had.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the writing was, where they were like, pay for her ticket, upgrade her seat, and not tell her. You know? And he's like, you didn't have to upgrade my seat. And he's like, enjoy your flight. And I'm like, wow, he really cares about you.
Steal her old car, have it replaced with a new car.
Again, as nice on paper, it's nice on paper. It is not good. Like, in execution, it's just not.
Yeah.
Like if it would be nice if you guys bonded a bit, maybe had a relationship, and like, hey, I know your car's kind of shitty. I got you a new one. It's like, wow, that's sweet. K-dramas do that all the fucking time. Like, why can't you do this one?
I don't understand this movie. And like, that's why when they start having problems, you're like, I don't care, man. I don't. This movie is 2 hours too long. Why can't it be?
Do you know the conflict is when she just says no and he just goes, you know, like she just can't handle it. Like they're like, you want to fuck on this table? And they're like, and he's like, maybe. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna bend you down. And like takes off his tie, he's so sexy. And she's like, I gotta go. And he swallows his own spit, and like that's like a detrimental thing to him. He's like, why didn't she agree to fuck me?
They tried to give him some character, and he's like, I have burn marks because I didn't have the best start of life.
Because he was look. If you want to watch the movie, go nuts, donuts. I swear. The sex scenes are kind of hot, but at the same time, you're mostly there for the story, and there's no fucking soul. But there is a backstory with Christian Grey where he's like, oh, I'm at a certain age and I met up with a certain friend of my mother and she did certain things to me, thus leading me to do certain things to you. That's his backstory. And I'm just like, this is character development.
Like, why won't you talk to me? And he's like, why don't I just show you why I'm damaged? And you're like, what the fuck is this?
It's like, what the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and then like he hits her a little bit harder, and she's like, I don't know you. I was like, what do you mean? You're already neck deep into what he does. I'm sorry, I'm yelling. I'm sorry.
I don't
like,
understand why he still goes after her when she clearly is not interested in the things he wants to do.
Oh, but because he doesn't feel the same way as he does with other girls.
No, yeah, it's that stupid fucking line when she's like, "Oh, I'm a virgin," and he's like, "Where have you been?" She's like, "I'm waiting for you." I've been waiting for you. Like, what?
That's so sick. That is so horrible. For like, it's like, oh, you're untouched. It's equivalent of that, but he's handsome and I'm not. It's creepy when it comes out of my mouth.
Man, that's so weird. Seeing these two in this movie for real, because you're like, I've seen you both in better things, and I guess the pay must have been good for these movies, because I don't.
Oh, for sure. Because like the book went crazy because it's such a. It was porn on words.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like everybody went crazy for that. Also, by the way, I heard from some people, not that I would know because I'm illiterate. Like reading it is like a little bit better than watching it. So I was like, ooh. But I don't read books. I'm like more of like a, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm more of a doujin guy, if you know what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the book going.
Enzo doesn't know what that is.
No, I don't. I do remember the book going crazy, and like I think all the conclusion after all the explicit stuff was, wow, is it written badly? That's what I heard from my side. Of like, wow, there's a lot of like dick this and sex this and bondage this, but like at the end of the day, there's no plot at all. Literally like porn on words. That's what I've heard from my side.
It's such a hard sell though. Like, what's the entire story about? What bondage guy learns to have a heart? Is that the whole?
I don't know. He's just stuck on like, I can't believe she left me. Can't believe she's not into the things I'm doing.
Right. That's how it ends. I was so surprised on how it ended. Like they go on this plane ride and they're happy. He meets his mom. He meets her mom and like, you know, and then they file. Like, I don't get what hell is happening. I don't know why he was upset.
What I barely remember this movie. I think it's like after that she asks him how damaged are you, and then he shows her by whipping her with a belt, and she's like, you won't do that to me ever again. You're like, you're kind of in too deep, but sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It was just like, girl, have you seen The Room? Not trying to, you know, dismiss her feelings. I was like, yes, if you want them to stop, please tell them to stop. Yes, but it's just, I was like, why is this the craziest thing to you as of right now?
Right.
When you've seen like the bed with handcuffs on it, and it'll turn you upside down. You know, like there are loops in the bed to tie you down and whips on the wall.
Yeah.
Some of them are real bull whips.
Right? You're
I
like,
was like, how the hell do you think that would fucking feel?
it's like, I see a part of your kink preparing someone for a crucifixion? Because
that's all that's missing, it's just a cross.
Right?
Yeah. It's just like, I was like, yeah, that was the tipping point for, you know, her. Completely valid.
Yeah.
If you don't like that shit, you don't have to do that shit. If you just like the tying and stuff, just not the whipping part, that's fine.
Yeah, completely all valid. But at the same time, you're like, this movie doesn't know, the writing doesn't know where to go after this. So it's just
Yeah.
like we're
And
ending. Bye.
it doesn't even give us like a good message of like why he's damaged.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he just got hit a little bit harder. That's what we're getting out. It's just that he got hit a little bit harder than usual. We're not getting this damaged person. Who knows? Maybe he is that person. But the movie and the writer didn't give us that material.
Yeah. It's
So
just like we'll see.
we don't know what he feels.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to do the next two movies, but that means we'll have to go through the next two
I
movies.
hate you. I really fucking hate you. You know that, right?
I mean, it usually takes us years to complete one trilogy, so maybe it'll take us years to complete this.
Hey man, hey. Look, the before trilogy is already like halfway done.
Yeah, well,
And it's only been like 3 months.
yeah, well, that's quality. That's a high quality movie. This is just garbage.
Look, I'm actually having fun shitting on this movie.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
You know what? I'm. This came out 2015, so I was almost. Yeah, I was graduating high school, and everybody was watching it in theaters, and they were like, "You should." I'm glad I didn't spend my fucking money on this. I'm glad I went and watched Kingsman, because that is a really good movie over this.
Well, not gonna lie, I feel like it might be a bit weird if if any of us went to the movie for 50 Shades of Grey alone. And we're like, yes, you know?
You're right? Oh, man. And then the people around us would be like, we clearly know why you're here. And you will
perv.
be...
Yeah, we'll just be called a perv, which we are sometimes.
And that's why we're called degenerates, but like at the same time, they're like, we know why you're here, you'll be disappointed. Oh, okay.
Okay. It's like just go on the internet. It's free.
Yeah.
You know?
Just take back your ticket and money, and then go home.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else to add to this?
No.
No. What would you rate 50 Shades of Grey, the first one?
Ooh, lordy, Lou. I would say one good point. Tensions were pretty good when they're building up to the scene. You know, like tensions are pretty high. She bites her lip. He instigates it, but at the same time, you don't feel the soul. But the execution was kind of good. You know.
Yeah.
It was more than just porn directory. You know. And again, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
I'm sure it's fun to send porn on the internet. I mean,
Yeah,
it's on the internet.
But like, I take so much pride that the fact that Just a Stranger was way better, like had way better writing, had way better stakes, and way better storytelling.
Right?
You know, like that is more forbidden than this. Like that, what's happening there is such a better story, and you know, like, and the stakes were a little bit higher. You know, the drama was real. Here, it's just,
Yeah.
you know. So it's for me, it's a below average. I would say 4 out of 10. It's not a. I feel like I'm already giving it enough, like too much credit for giving it a 4.
I will give it a 2. Like, yeah, there's tension, but like us, they're building up. It feels like AI took over before AI written scripts were a thing. There's like man, woman, like other, and then they penetrate, and you're like, what? Okay. like everybody has already said everything bad about this movie, from like Jeremy Johns to Chris Stuckman back in the day. So everybody knows how bad it is. And watching it, I was like, wow, it's pretty bad. Is it the worst thing? No, not really, to be honest. We've been through like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and my God, I think I would watch this over that, to be honest.
Well, I agree. Yeah. I will say though that soundtrack's great.
Oh yeah.
Like the soundtrack's really fucking good here.
Yeah, even before I watched this movie, Ellie Goulding was stuck in my ear with that song. It's a pretty good song, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's why I guess I give it a 2. Some tension, and Ellie Goulding's singing is great. And so is Beyonce's. Yeah, she was singing.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the scene I was talking about. I was like, okay, this is kind of hot. You know, like even the music was good. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, and then you see
I
these
get down with this, you know.
these people without souls in their eyes do the hiyucking, and you're like, if their eyes are as black as a great white shark's and they're hiyucking, and I don't feel anything.
Yeah, but at least Beyonce is like on fire.
Right? I mean, she is Beyonce, so there's that. So yeah,
Yeah, when did she not?
exactly. But yeah, that's been our video for 50 Shades of Grey, the first one. I will be completely honest, I don't know when we'll get back to this. Maybe a year or 2 years from now. So yeah, for now, this is the only one. And because there are a lot of like other bad romantic movies that we'll go through. Like Netflix has a couple that you've seen, right? Like The Kissing Booth 1, 2, and 3.
I don't ever remember. So I don't ever want to watch it. Please, please, be kind to me, man. I'm your co-host. I've agreed to permanently be your co-host. Like, come on, man.
I mean, we'll just do one, like 50 Shades, and it'll be fun. Anyway,
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
please, if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. I am having a stroke because I don't like this movie. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments and our reaction to trailers. And Spotify to hear us on the go. And WG, I am Zoda's Voices on TikTok. Where can I find you? I know.
You find me at JumpGeoMuchScore on Instagram. It is where to go.
And until the next video, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.